Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss about how we can render list of items using the JS array.map, and also we are going to use stateful list in real time example of useState. Guys, in this video we are going to add the item in our array object and we will render all the list, not going to show the reusability of the components, but also I'm going to show you how we can dynamically handle the useState data. So let's get started with the code. So we are here, we now we are when we click on this create student button, we are passing the object to our app.js, and on app.js we have dynamic list of students. So now all we need to do here, if I go on the here, now I need to change this ID to code because we are now passing this to our student, and also I'm going to remove some students record because they're too much. I three are enough, I think. And then I need to pass this rand because there I set the limit of four code digits, so I need to generate some dynamic numbers, some random numbers here, I can say. And also I need to make some changes in this students component. I need to pass here code, right? So this is all we are sending from here. Yeah, all these changes. So what we are going to do now? We are going to show the list, which is not a good way of showing the list. We are showing different components, custom component. This instead of this, I'm removing this. Now we are going to show the list, but in a different way. So all I need to do is I'm going to get this arrays out of this component, and now I'm going to add useState here. The reason is that because I need to store the data here. So I will say std records, the already record I have in my list will be stored here, and then I will say students collection, set students collection like this, right? Okay, and then I will use the students collection, and I'm going to render this three students. All I need to do is I'll come here and curly braces dot map. This is actually a JavaScript array. If you go and explore this array map in JS ES6, so you will find out this and you can understand it easily. It's not very complex logic. So now I need to pass map. Map will iterate the item one by one in the list, so you can also read about it in the detail. And if I say, I will say student dot index. I'm going to use the index of this, and then I'm going to say, I will say like this. So now I'm going to use this student custom control, which we have already written like this. So now it's going to iterate the list one, two, and three items, and it will one by one iterate this item. So if I go on the checkout, you can see here I have this random generated the random numbers and the names step one by one. It get loads this control. So it's cool and it's easy and it save a lot of time, and we do not need to create much custom controls, but we are going to use this iteration very well and going to display the data. And now the last thing is uh, we need to add this object which we are getting. We need to store this object in this collection. So how we are going to do that? So I'm going to commit this. I've created this set collection, and then I'm going to say in the last video I explained you if you need to store the previous states, you can store that. So I will state previous state, and then I'm going to say array. So student collection dot student data. This is the object we are getting, right? So now if I go and check, I have explained this concept in my last videos about when we have multiple ways of storing the data in use states. So now if I render this and if I go and click here, I will say, and then student name, Kelly, and age 27, Kelly at, so once I click on this create student record, you can see here we get this record here, Kelly. So it's good. It's now this page is completely dynamic. I need to remove this as well as, so what I'm going to do, I need to clear. So I will write here, set code to initial fields, std name, set std age, and then set std email. So we're going to clear that once I enter all the data in the form and create on this button. Let's say king 26 and king at gmail.com. So once I click on this create button, now now we are sending this state to the parent here on the app.js, and the app.js we have already written the collection and we are doing the iteration and showing all the record, and in the iteration, let me just explain you. Now I send data from create student to app.js. In app.js, I'm adding this data in this collection, which we have make the use state. We have already the dynamic data, and I'm adding the one more item in this collection, right? In this use state. So I got the in the students collection. We have the now four items. Then when this component get re-executed, so this iteration is just going and uh, creating the component on the runtime. This is basically the on the backend. It is these all are divs, right? So once I click here, uh, it actually shows, but it didn't clear all the data. Why? We need to check that. So if I go here, I need to check the spelling. Okay, I think spellings were the issue. Yes, guys. So let's just check it again. And here it looks like the value is not attached properly in the two-way binding. So we need to pass the name, and then here we need to pass std age, and here we need to pass std email, right? So now if I go on this and I will write and I'm say Kelly again and age 32 and Kelly at gmail.com. So if I click here on the create student record, you can see all the data is removed and we have multiple records now, and new record is added. So this is completely a dynamic and the real time where how we are going to handle our application using the use states. I hope you like this video. I'm going in the coming videos I'm going to explain more in detail about the use states. I'm explaining all this based on my research works on the Google and on my practical experience of the in a IT industry, and I'm happy to help you in if you find any difficulty in understanding the concept or in writing the code. So thank you very much, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe and like my channel and hit the bell icon. I'm preparing very hard for these videos and working so that you can get as much as good information from my side. It would be really good for me and for you as well as. Thank you, guys. Have a good day.